AkronHipHop.com. You know where you at. This is the blog where we see videos that are concentrated on issues affecting us as a community. When you see me looking at black consciousness, black intelligence, and of course, black love.
What up, Mr. Black Love?
What's going on, brother?
Hey, man, first off, I have got to tell you how grateful I am. You slamming all the way down here from North Dakota.
Say North Dakota.
From Africa, where the hell you from, bro? Listen, man, we're
down south.
Down from the deep south.
Right.
Hey, man, real quick, man. Man, you've been doing this for a minute now, huh?
About over a year. Over a year.
I just wanted to take the time to let you know, man. I appreciate you bringing that knowledge you can't get in college so that people can eat off of it.
Right. Definitely. That's my job.
So I appreciate you. Hey, man, film me before they kill me, man. What we talking about today?
Well, you see my shirt, right?
Yeah, Biggie's baby.
Today will mark 24 years since the murder of the Notorious B.I.G., aka Christopher Wallace. He was also ironically 24 years old when he was killed. People say he died. Don't keep saying that when people who are victims of homicide. They didn't just die; they were murdered. But some things I wanted to bring up. It may not be what everybody wants to hear, but I'm gonna say it anyway. First of all, I want to, he was born Christopher Wallace, May 21st, 1972. Now, so he came up in the rap game. One of his accomplishments was reviving the East Coast rap, which was dead at the time because the 90s was ruled by the West Coast. So give him credit for that. Matter of fact, Tim Dog didn't work, right? So what's the old saying? You can't beat them, join them. So then Def Jam started signing the West Coast acts. Domino, Warren G, Nicky D, South Central Cartel. Those all West Coast acts signed to Def Jam. That still didn't work. Then a new kid came on the scene, discovered by 50 Grand, Puff, you know what I'm saying? And he became the Notorious B.I.G. He went by another name before, Biggie Smalls, but they changed that name because somebody else had that name. But Notorious B.I.G., man, give him credit, man. He revived East Coast rap, he did his thing. And some of his accomplishments as far as his career is concerned was that his album, Life After Death, is recorded as Diamond. That means it sold 10 million copies. According to the RIAA, Recording Industry Association of America, it's recorded as 10 million copies. You know what I'm saying? And he's also in the 2020 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame up in Cleveland. But one of the things that disturbs me every time his name is brought up, as with his counterpart Tupac, but that's another video, that 24 years have gone by and nobody has been arrested, charged, or convicted with this homicide. Okay. Initially, there was 22 detectives assigned to this case. 22. Then it dropped to 10. Then it dropped to 5. Then it was just 1 or 2. And the last real detective that was on the case was Detective Russell Poole. And he actually solved this thing a long time ago. He actually said that the reason why this thing is, listen carefully, the reason why this thing is going on so long without nobody being charged, convicted, or doing any jail time is because cops are involved. Dirty cops. And he gave his evidence to his superior, the so-called black man, Bernard Parks, chief of police, and he wanted to go further to investigate. He had the names of the cops that was given to him by another detective who he was on the case and he was dismissed too. His name was Kenneth Cox. When he went on vacation, he came back and they had took his computer and wiped it clean. He gave his handwritten notes, the notes that he had on the case, he gave it to Poole and said, "I'm out of this, man, it's on you." So then Poole did the same thing. He said he wanted to go further, investigate these cops. I can say the names if I want to, but his superior told him, "No, that's all right, don't do that." And then he quit. He resigned. He said they don't want to solve this case. That's why it's going on this far. They don't want to solve it because they'll open up other things that they don't want to expose to the public, man. But Detective Russell Poole already solved this case. And it's odd that he would die, right? In August 2015, he would die at the LA County Sheriff's Department going over the goddamn case. Isn't that weird? He didn't die at home. He didn't die in bed. He died at the LA County Sheriff's Department going over the same case, the Biggie case and Tupac case. But some things I wanted to mention too about this Biggie situation, Notorious B.I.G. Many of you watching this video, and I've been online talking to him. It could have been the detective talking back. I don't know. And one day I was going back and forth with this website. But many of you watching this video, you are following those unsolved mysteries, that murder rap series, right? I've seen all of it All you're doing is following a shady detective named Greg Kading, who's trying to sell a narrative. When Poole was out the way, they got Greg Kading off, and they said, hey man, you need to sell this gang narrative. Keep pushing that. You can believe that Keefy D stuff if you want to. That's bull. Okay? He's trying to sell a narrative to keep you looking in another direction. That's all he's doing. So if you follow that Murder Rap and Unsolved series, it's the brainchild of Detective Greg Kading. Okay? I can give you a case that he was involved in where the judge of that case told him, I don't ever want to see you in my courtroom again, because he was lying to the judge about something that the judge asked for. He said, I want that on my desk within an hour. It don't exist. Then within the hour, he brought it to the judge. But he's not credible. That's the point I'm making. He's not credible. Greg Kading, you follow Murder Rap and Unsolved, he's an uncredible detective. Sorry. Another thing I wanted to add too, man. This goes with Tupac somewhat too. Many of you don't realize this, but when the Soviet Union broke apart and fell apart, it was no longer the USSR, right? They took 300 agents stationed overseas in counterintelligence, and they brought them back to America. And they brought them back to America to work among the inner cities, to work among the so-called gangs. They're not just in the gangs, they're in the rap community too. That stuff about rap, COINTELPRO, the hip hop cops, that's real. I know you don't believe that, but that's real, okay? The night that Notorious B.I.G. was killed, this was on the regular news, on CBS News. You ain't gotta take my word for it. He had a federal task force out of New York following him, okay? You've seen some documentaries where Lil C was like saying they were showing him pictures of them following them all day. They was following them all day. But yet when the hit goes down, don't nobody know nothing. The killer's already been identified, the shooter's already been identified, but like I said, they're not trying to solve that case at all. So just to give you some things to think about, you know what I'm saying? One thing about Notorious B.I.G., his family learned from Tupac's situation. That estate, his estate is worth $140 million right now. They got control of his rights, his royalties and stuff to the albums. And when Tupac died, his estate was worth $100,000. You know something was wrong with that picture. But the Christopher Wallace family learned from that mistake, and they did better by him. So, his family's, eating good, and, ain't got to worry about nothing else. So, they got their bills taken care of. But the Notorious B.I.G., man, just understand that it's a case that was not meant to be solved. It was never meant to be solved from the beginning. So that's what I want to say right there. Look at some things for yourself. Comment, debate me on it, ask me questions, whatever, and we'll see what happens, man. Notorious B.I.G., March 9th, 1997, 24 years. Brother Hiram, you got something you want to ask me?
Hey, man, you said you saw the movie, right? The little Netflix situation?
Oh, the Netflix, it's okay. It's mainly just old videos from Junior Mafia. D-Rock, one of his homeboys, had released some home videos that was kept in the vault. He hadn't let people see. That's all the Netflix. I got a story to tell. That's the name of it. It's nothing really, news. No, not news. Oh, he's in the mall. He's he's in the hotel. He's it's just old home movies, man. People just record. Yeah,
you know what trips me out, man, is how people know they're gonna be a star to have home movies before they got money. What the heck?
Would they feel something? So he was like, he told his homeboy, just record. He said record the audience. I want to see what song they vibing off of, so I know how they react. You know what I'm saying? So he was recording the audience, and he was recording everybody, recording the hotel, recording in the mall, recording everybody, man. So
well, listen, before we get out of here, man. Hey, man, you sell some products every time you come in. You're giving away gifts to everybody in the building.
I had a little free things, I put out there, man. I had some soaps and some body oils and some other things,
So if somebody want to get involved with your soaps, some body oils, chewing gum, your hot sauce,
he said chewing
all that stuff you selling, how can they get involved?
Hey, contact me on Facebook, man, or 234-207-3085. I ain't hard to find.
Take us out here, G-Mac.
For the G-Mac, tune in next time with P Cypher.